Hey everyone, and welcome to the Southern Romantics New Consultant webinars. This is call number 3, and today we're talking about goal setting. Yay! This is one of my favorite things, and it makes me get the crazy eyes. Goal setting has always been very important to me in life, but especially as a business owner, because the only person you're ever going to compete against is yourself. So there's not really anything where you're going up against somebody else for a promotion or interviewing for a new position. The only way you're going to get that is if you do the work. So if you set a goal, that's how you're going to advance. And if you're not goal-oriented or driven by goals, then you don't get to feel the defeat as hard when you don't quite hit that goal. But our mission is to always empower, educate, and entertain women, and hopefully hit all your goals. So we're just going to run through some of the basics of goal setting, SMART goal setting, and all of that kind of stuff tonight. And then your homework will be challenging you guys to set some goals for your business. And I like to break up goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So it's easy to say, you know, I want to make money with pure romance. Well, yeah, don't we all? But how much money and by when? Like, at what point do you want to be earning $2,000 a month in profit? At what point do you want to be able to retire? You know, at what point do you want to be able to quit your full-time job? So being able to kind of lay that out, and especially when you're new in the business, have something that's kind of driving you forward, and then always being able to reassess. And when you hit that point, kind of go back, see where you're at, and set a new goal if you kicked ass on the other one. So we talk about SMART goal setting, and SMART is an anagram. I believe that's the right word. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, realistic, and time-based. Yay! So I'll break that down a little bit more for you guys. So specific, that means it's well-defined and clear to anyone that can hear it. So a specific goal has a much greater chance of being accomplished than just a general goal. So if you say, I want to have $1,000 in retail sales this month, that's better than like, I want to sell some stuff this month. So to get more specific with your specific goal, you want to answer the 6 W questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and which. That's the new one, right? No more how, it's which. So who is involved? What do you want to accomplish? Identify a location for where, like where is it going to happen? That's cool. It's going to happen in your office. It's going to happen in your business. It's going to happen in your dreams. When, timeframes, deadlines, yos. Why do you want to do $1,000 in retail sales? Is it for that free product bonus? Is it to get you that heart necklace for the fast track? Is it to help you build up your profit to save that money for inventory? And then which is identifying requirements and constraints. So that's kind of good to help break it down as to what's going to be helping you versus kind of hurting you. Measurable, the M in SMART, can stand for measurable, meaningful, motivational. So it can stand for a lot of things. That just means knowing if the goal is obtainable and how far away completion is, knowing when it has to be achieved, establishing criteria for measuring the progress towards the attainment. And when you measure your progress, you're going to help stay on track, reach your target dates, and experience the exhilaration of achievement. Can you tell I'm kind of reading off my cheat sheet? And that's going to help you push through to reach your goal even in times of strife or hardship. So determining if your goal is measurable, right? Ask your questions, how much, how many, how will I know when it's accomplished? Many of us, when we set goals, even when we hit it, we just kind of gloss over it. We don't celebrate the achievement of hitting it. We're just like, okay, I did it, next. So celebrating it when you have completed it based on the measurements that you've set out. Attainable, you can attain pretty much any goal as long as you set a realistic path, which we'll get to. And you plan your steps wisely, and you make a time frame that is, again, attainable, achievable. It just seems kind of like basic. So when you identify what's most important to you, you figure out ways that you can make them come true. So it's just like laying the foundation. You know you want a roof for your house, but you got to build your way up. You don't start with the roof and then it comes crashing down. You develop new skills, new abilities, attitudes, and the capacity to reach them. You see previously overlooked opportunities to bring yourself closer to your achievement, and goals that may have seemed far away and out of reach eventually move closer and become more attainable, not because your goals shrink, but because you grow and expand to match them. Woohoo! So, and it helps keep you motivated. The R is realistic. That just means it's within the availability of your resources, knowledge, and time. So if you're like, I'm going to be a millionaire with pure romance by the end of 2016, that's awesome, and that's a great goal, but the reality of it happening is probably not as true as you'd like it to be. So make sure your goals are realistic. You have to be, I'm just gonna, hold on, let me keep drinking this wine real quick. Okay, hold on. So to be realistic, a goal has to represent an objective that you're both willing and able to work. So if you're not willing to work like a millionaire, don't set $1 million goal. It can be both high and realistic because you're the only one that can decide how high your goal is going to be or should be. Your goal is going to be realistic if you truly believe that it can be accomplished. And then other ways that you can know if your goal is realistic is to determine if you've accomplished anything similar in the past or what conditions would have to exist to make this goal realistic or attainable or achievable. Coming up with plans, all that kind of fun stuff. Set the bar high enough for satisfying achievement. If you're like, I would like to sell 2 bottles of Coochie this month, that's a great goal and that's totally realistic, but that's pretty much a given. That's not really a goal. So set your goals higher. So, and then time. Time is the last one. Let me find my cheat sheet. So time has to be measurable, attainable, and realistic by giving yourself a deadline. And again, if you meet your deadline, kick ass, take names, check, check, check. If you don't meet your deadline, you can always extend it. Awesome. Okay, so we had that. I'll show you guys that sheet so you can have it for your life. If you haven't yet, a good place to kind of help set goals or to see how the company kind of helps you set goals. This might be a little higher level, but I'm going to share it with you guys anyway because I love it because it literally breaks it down for me. So if you hop on the COO, which hopefully you beautiful faces are familiar with, it should look like this. And if you go to My Business and you scroll down to My Business Plan, you can customize a business plan. And that, for me, I love that. That's great. That's great for goals. So and you can type it in, if you want to profit $2,000 a month or $10,000 a year, depending on what it's going to be, and you can use the corporate average for your average party total. So if you're brand new and you haven't had a party yet, you can just use the corporate average, and that's going to probably be like $500. And then it generates a new plan. And basically, and you can send me or your sponsor a copy of this, which is awesome. It breaks it down, calls per week. How many calls do you have to make to get this many parties on your books for that month? And then you can adjust it based on seasonality. If you're like, well, I'm taking December off, then you like take December all the way down to the bottom, like nothing. And then your other months will adjust accordingly. So if you're a numbers person, this is awesome. If this scares you, then ignore it. All right, none of this is required. But if you need a plan, it's right here. Here it is. So this tells me in October, I need to make 14 calls a week to past clients, customers, hostesses, recruits, to hopefully get 8 parties on the books for my retail sales goal of $4,000, which would profit me $2,000. December, I need to make 9 calls a week, or November, 9 calls, December. January, that looks crazy with 24 calls, but you need to remember that January is leading into February, which is Valentine's Day season and tax return season. So that's when, if you ever feel like you're sluggish right now in the fall, if you can push through the holidays, you're about to like make bank at the beginning of the year. So that's when I tell all my girls that get dejected in November and December, plan for it, take a vacation, hang out with your family. It's the friggin' holidays. But come January 1, get ready to work, because you might not see them for the next 3 months. But when you do, you're going to be making it rain all over the place, and it's going to be awesome. So you can see, like, I have 8, 14, and 11 parties roughly in the first quarter of the year. So those are going to be some of my busier months. You're going to see that during the summer, that kind of drops off to like 6 parties, or in December, it's 5 parties. But if I want to make an average of $2,000 a month, that's how I do it. Obviously, you guys can see down here, there's some months that are less than $2,000, and there's some that are more than $2,000. That extra is going to be what helps carry over on the slower months. So that's your business plan on the COO. Sorry, I got a text. People canceling parties. It happens. I just need to pick up the phone and call more people. I just hate it for them, because when they cancel on me with a week's notice, I don't ever host a party for them ever again. Like, I have a very strict cancellation policy. That's one of my goals this year, was to have less cancellations. And so far, I have much less cancellations, but they still do happen. Off subject, let's talk more about goals. So there's a little income goal sheet. This is available to you in the handbook that I've sent you. Tori, I haven't sent you yours yet. I always like, when you're in my second line, for your sponsor to kind of make contact with you first, but be on the lookout for that in your email box. Probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, our team handbook has this in there, and I'm going to pull that up for you guys to see. So this income goal sheet helps break it down. And so especially as a new consultant, I would maybe print one of these a month. And then I'm a huge fan. I hang everything up right over my computer so I can see it. It kind of helps drive me. It reminds me when I sit in front of my computer every day why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so writing out specific goals, fantastic. So it says 3 goals I would like to achieve this month. I prefer these to be business oriented, but if you're like, make enough money with Pure Romance to be able to afford the hot tub, that counts. So 3 goals that you want to achieve this month. How much profit do you want to make? So this kind of helps do the math for you, breaking it down. So if you want to make $1,000 and you're at a 50% discount, then you need to do $2,000 in sales. And if your average party sales are $400, that means you need to host 5 parties to make $1,000. Math. So that kind of helps break it down. It's not automatically calculating it. You got to do that with your own calculator. But that just kind of lays it out. How many parties do you need to do? And then we as a general rule say you need to do at least 10. You have to get 10 no's to get a yes. So if you need to have 5 parties, then you need to call 50 people. And that sounds like a lot, but that's why if you like break it up, 14 calls this week, 9 calls this week, whatever it's going to be, that will get you the amount of parties you want on the books. So then I asked them little self-reflection questions. How many more parties do you need to hold in order to reach this goal from now until our next team meeting? So if you don't have any on your books, then you need to hold 5. If you've already had 2, then you need to hold 3. How are you going to get those parties? That's up to you. But I would recommend picking up the phone and calling people. The phone is like the heaviest thing on the planet when you're in sales. If you've ever worked in sales before, when you're like texting your friends, you're like, oh my God. When you have to call people, you're like, to try to get them on the phone. It's terrible. It's awful. It's the same. I have 5 years in the business, and it's the same way. I hate calling people. But my hostess just canceled. Guess what I get to do tomorrow? I'm going to try to call. Probably can't reschedule it for next Tuesday, but if I get another one on the books, it'll make up for the one that just canceled. Ask yourself, have you truly been asking everyone at your parties if they're interested in having a party? This is something I am terrible at. So this is something, get in the habit now. I was never taught this, so I never thought when people were like, they wanted a party, I was like, oh, cool. But I didn't ever really ask them. So now, like this afternoon's party, I get all the customer connection cards back, and I glance at them pretty quickly to see on the back, because I have them ask, do you want a party? That first question says, are you ready to host a party? She circled a 6. Anything over a 3, I'm definitely asking them. Or I don't want to say I'm pushing them, but I'm highly encouraging them. She circled a friggin' 10 for joining the team. So guess what else I talked to her about today, right? She's a server at a restaurant. She only brings home a couple $100s a week as her full-time gig. She needs pure romance. So I gave her path forward on, I gave her a goal. I'm like, save $20 from every shift. We can afford your kit in 3 weeks. Boom. If you can set aside $20 a shift or wear your pheromones to get a higher tip and just put $20 aside every single week, we will have your kit in 3 weeks. And like a good kit too. So have you been sitting down asking everybody, even if they circle 1, even if they say, no, Megan, I hate your face, get in the habit of asking them if they want to host a party. The worst they can tell you is no. Every no you get, it's fine. Every no is a not now. That's how I always viewed it as. Have you been following up and making phone calls after your party? I had about 14, 15 girls at my party today, and only 8 of them bought. So guess what I'm doing tomorrow with all the girls that didn't buy anything? I'm going to call them. Oh, hey, did you want to support your hostess? I know you had a great time at the party yesterday, and she made some delicious food. Did you want to support her by contributing to her party sales to get her a higher shopping spree? Oh, well, did you know that when she hosted a party, she gets la, 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 la. Would you like to get la, 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 la for free too? So asking them, picking up the phone and asking them, it's hard, but also picking up the phone and thanking the people who actually shopped with you and spent money with you and opened up to you in the ordering room, those phone calls can go a long way too. So this girl, oh my gosh, so-and-so, I had so much fun with you at the party. Had you given any more thought about joining the team? What if we set you a party up right now? And then as you're working and saving that money, we could even turn it into your launch party when you buy your kit. Right? If you make it sound easy, it's gonna be easy. If you make it sound complicated, a confused mind says no. So, and then asking yourself, what are 2 things that you could do to increase your business right now? Don't cheat and say pick up the phone and call people, because we already addressed that. What are 2 other things that you could be doing to increase your business right now? Is it meeting 5 new people a day? Is it going to a different networking event? Is it setting up a booth at a bridal show or a vendor fair or something? Ask yourself what it is and then go out and do it. Whoop, whoop. Seriously, the worst anyone could ever tell you is no. And you're going to get a couple no's, and it's not the end of the world. So I want to share with you that document that I was cheat sheeting off of. So you guys can totally have this. It's a PDF. It has a couple grammatical errors. I did not create it, but I still find it useful. When I get around to being more organized, I'll copy and paste it and make it Meganified. But until then, we'll use this. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So this is just a little 3-page document giving you a little inspirational shindig about goal setting. I'm not going to insult your intelligence or waste your time by reading it, but I would highly encourage you to read this on your own. I like this part. Do, 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 do. Here we go. I want to highlight that whole section. The most successful people who are truly content and satisfied with their lives are the ones who continuously set goals for themselves while taking humble pride in the accomplishments they've had, never looking in the rearview mirror, always the windshield. There's a reason the rear view is like this big and the windshield's this big. Yeah, set goals for yourself. Every day I set goals for myself. When I wake up, I'm like, I need to get this, this, and this done. My husband thinks I'm crazy because I'm always like, whoa. But those are mini goals. Yeah, they're tasks, but anytime I get to check it off my to-do list, goal accomplished. I'm feeling like a winner. Here's the SMART written down for you: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. The time one doesn't have its own paragraph, which is another thing that drives me crazy, but it's right here. Perfect. So I like the little homework that this gives you too. So this little goal setting worksheet, these 6 questions, if you guys want to work on these, you don't have to share them, but I want you to at least think about them. If you want to share them, I'd love to hear your goals because I want to help you reach your goals. So when you set your big goals, it's important to kind of break those down into smaller bite-sized goals that help you work towards it. So even if you don't Hold on, let me drink some more wine to wake up. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So even if you fail to reach your big goal, you'll succeed at lots of little ones that'll get you a lot closer to that bigger goal. So maybe it was a deadline you missed. Maybe it was, your numbers were off, but you're getting a whole lot closer than you were by not doing anything. So what are your lifetime goals, dreams? These don't have to be pure romance, but maybe it's something that pure romance will help you achieve. Maybe it's setting aside a certain amount of money so you can take that cruise, or you can hike through the Andes, whatever it's going to be. Your business is literally the vehicle that will take you where you want to go. And think big. If you knew that you could never fail, what would you be doing? What are your goals for the next 3 to 5 years? That's big. And I like the whole idea. You guys are just exhausting me tonight. I love the idea of writing it down and putting in an envelope and opening it time capsule wise in 5 years. You just have to remember where you put it so you don't lose it between now and 5 years, because you can't really send it to the post office and make them hold it for 5 years. But I've got a cork board up on my wall that's where things go to die, where I want to keep them in plain sight, but I completely ignore it. So that's probably where I'd end up putting it, because I look at that thing like once a quarter and I clear things out. So if I had something that said 2021, open 2021, then I would totally see it every month and know not to open it till then. I'm going to swallow that one. I made that yawn, my bitch. What are the goals that you've set out to do this year? What are the things that you need to do in order to hit those goals? What are your goals for the next 30 days? What are the goals for your next 24 hours? This is basically your daily to-do list. I have 1,007 to-do list apps on my phone, and I love them all. They're all my favorite children, and it's just a virtual checklist. And then write down 5 positive affirmations that you can repeat each and every day on how you desire your life to be. I love this stuff. If you haven't seen that little girl standing on her bathroom counter telling herself how amazing her life is, that's a great one. I just watched that video and I'm feeling funky. Any of those boss babe memes that are going around, get a dry erase marker, write it on your mirror, see it every day when you're getting ready, say it out loud, because you can speak this stuff into existence. Right? Reading it is great. It might make you feel warm and fuzzy, but get used to saying this stuff out loud, because if you want $1 million team by the end of 2016, you might not exactly hit it, but you're going to be a whole lot closer than if you'd never started your pure romance business. If you want to add 6 new team members on before the end of the year, we can make that happen. Whatever your goals are, whatever your affirmations are. I love that. Every day my income increases, whether I'm working, playing, or sleeping. Money comes easily and frequently. My face is broken. My life is in complete balance. I need to say that a lot more out loud. Everything works out perfectly. Some of these I feel like they're totally speaking to me today. So I'll make sure you guys have a copy of that so you can cut them out, press them on your wall, write them on your dry erase board or on your mirror. What are some other things I want to talk to you about? Maybe if I turn away. I want you to look so hard. Oh, okay, hold on. I'll be right back. So at our meeting on Monday, we try to do this once or twice a year. We try to get a little arts and craftsy. Tori was there. We did this after the meeting. But I love these wine bottle banks. They about make my life. Anytime I can cut up magazines and paste and get a little arts and crafts, we do it with our vision boards every January. So dream boards happen every January for our team, and I've got 4 years worth hanging up in my office over here. And it's good because it helps me kind of plot what I want to do for the year. And it's a mix of personal and business. And it's funny the things that are on there year after year after year, and those are things I'm still striving towards. Okay, we're just gonna make this a drinking game. Anytime I yawn, everybody take a drink. Including me. Yeah, Wendy's like, I need a refill, hold on. But these wine bottle banks, these can be used for anything. So if you want to build your inventory, or if you want to go to national training, or if you want to go to World Conference in April or March, and you're just freaking out about the money and you're not sure how you're going to get the money, or you're not good with saving money, as soon as you get your profits from your party, you just take it immediately out to dinner or to Target or to the mall. These can be super helpful for you to just sock money away because you can't get the money out. It's stuck. You can't get it out, and they're too small to fit any change in. So what we do as a team is right before World Conference or whatever we've saved this money for, we put our bottles in pillowcases and we break them open and we count all the money. And then, you know, as long as you can pay the registration fee up front, then you can reimburse yourself with this money, or this is your hotel money or your spending money or your gas money to get down there. So those banks are awesome. And setting a goal with them, that's totally up to you. My goal was 20 bucks a week. So any cash I get from a party, I just throw 20 bucks a week in the bottle. And then this one is for my office that I'm building out back, because I want to be able to pay for that with my pure romance money and not go into a buttload of debt. This one is for a World Conference in Orlando. I want to buy the new product set and I want to pay for my hotel, because right now I put it all on credit cards and I get the points and that's great. But like, it gets a little pricey sometimes. I like to eat, especially when I travel. I like to eat a lot. So being able to suck 20 bucks away by March, I don't even know how many weeks that is, but that's a couple $100. And that will definitely cover my share of a hotel room. If you need wine bottles, I'll hook you up. I have plenty. So if you need magazines, if you need glue sticks, we got all of that. So that's what we did Monday after our team meeting. So we'll probably do another one of these in March after World Conference to save for national training in August. And then we'll do our vision boards always in January. So plan for those to be arts and crafts nights. Save your magazines, buttons, ribbons, glue sticks, glue guns, Mod Podge, whatever you do. If you're a crafty person, those are the meetings you need to be at. I am not a crafty person, but I know how to cut up magazines. So these girls were getting crazy and making like these fancy pants lids. I was just like, whatever. Other ways to kind of help you achieve your goals is getting an accountability buddy. Do that early in your business. Someone that you can help cheer on. They're going to cheer you on. Maybe you have hopefully similar goals for your business, but someone that you just check in with maybe on a monthly basis. I have a couple accountability buddies. I have 3 girls that were on President's Club with me last year. So we all get together on Zoom probably every other month just to kind of touch base and to talk about some of the struggles that we are facing, or some of the celebrations we want to like toot our horns about. I have one of our Team Carolina's team members in Burlington. She's amazing. She's been a great accountability buddy. She got President's Club with me this year. But she and I are very similar. We are very goal oriented. We're very type A. And we realize not everybody understands us. So it's good to have that outlet, but also someone, she's hard enough where she's going to be like, Megan, do the work. And I'm like, but I don't want to. But she's going to keep it real with me. So getting someone now in your business to kind of help cheer you on, it holds you both accountable. You're less likely to drop out if someone else is depending on you for motivation and support. If you don't quite know where to find an accountability buddy for your business, our team meetings are a great place to start, or any of the bigger trainings. Just find someone you connect with, and it doesn't have to be a big formal thing. You don't have to be like, dear Susan, would you be my accountability buddy? It could just be like, hey, what are your goals? If your goals are similar, if you're both tracking towards the same thing, just set up a call, like once a month, once a week, whatever you need. And then your homework for this call, because we're almost out of time, and if you haven't already, make sure you've got a separate business account for your business money. If you want to go crazy and set up a business savings account, I have money auto drafted every week that I don't even count that as part of my paycheck. So that goes over every week to help save for bigger purchases, vendor fairs, trainings, all that kind of fun stuff. If you want to do something like a wine bottle bank, if you want to post a picture of your bank on the team page or on the new consultant page, that would be amazing. I would love to see those. I'll try to remember to start a thread where you guys can post those in the comments. If you want to share your goals with the team, we can do that in when I post this video for call 3 in this webinar event and after the Dropbox link, if you just want to post what some of your goals are when you've had a chance to think about it, that'd be amazing. That might be another way to help find an accountability buddy. If you guys post your goals, then you guys can start to get to know each other a little bit better. And then if you wanted to do the 12-month business plan on the COO, that's available to you as well. So with that, I'm going to unmute you guys and we will open it up for questions. We have about 4 minutes left before this runs out. If you guys have more questions when the time runs out, then you can totally click on this link and come right back into here, and I'll be here to help answer your questions. So you are unmuted. Ask me anything. I'll try not to yawn in your face.
Yeah. The wine probably doesn't help.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just grape juice.
Right. So when you set up your Facebook account for people, is that just a group? Is it a separate link as a business?
So let me share my screen with you.
Because I just did a group just now, but
yeah, I have a public Facebook page. Go away, go away, go away. Here we go. Nope, not cinch here. Here we go. Here we go. Let me navigate through all the 17,000 tabs I have open. So I have a public Facebook page. It's literally facebook.com/Pure Romance by Megan.
okay.
And I did this so you can Google me and find me. And then I do have groups. So like Wendy, you're in my Cash Money Lounge group because you were a recruit lead. And so I usually leave you in there for a little bit after until frankly, I remember to take you out of it.
Right.
And then I also have a private group for my hostesses, and that's where I post special VIP deals. I would say right now, having a public Facebook page is probably best because you want people to find you. And if you're like hiding in a group, they might not be able to search you and find you.
Okay. So set up a public Facebook as a Pure Romance by Wendy T. And
And you can like if you come over here to my page, there will be a button in the top right hand corner that says create a page, and you just click on that.
Okay.
And you literally can just copy and paste everything that's on my page, just change my name to yours.
Okay.
Steal all my pictures, steal all my articles, make it easy. Don't recreate.
Okay. Don't recreate the wheel.
Good question. What else do you guys have?
Where is Anne?
Say that again.
Where is Anne?
I'm not sure where Anne is tonight. I thought she'd be tuning in. She usually does.
Because she texted me today and was like, if you can, and she knows my husband has worked nights all weekend, and I've only had like a couple of hours sleep every night. And so she said, if you can, get on that call at 9 o'clock. And I was like, okay. I was assuming she was going to be on here too.
Yeah. Well, she knows that this is set up for new consultants. She's been through a round of these already. So sometimes she hops on, sometimes she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But I'm always here to help you too, even though you're my grandbaby. And it might not always be me. There might be somebody else running it too. But this happens every Sunday at 9 for you guys. All right, we're less than a minute. So if you guys have more questions, ask them now or hop back in.
I think I'm good for right now. So, but I'll contact you if I need you for the switch off. So I'll find out tomorrow.
Awesome. How about you, Tori?
I'm good.
Yay! Well, thank you guys for staying a student and popping in here tonight. I hope you get some sleep, Tori. It does sound like you've had a long week. I'm going to be drinking wine. My favorite part about Sunday night. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Megan.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.